And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk program. Good to see you again. I want to start off to make sure I get in the first 5 people and any donations or new members, because if I wait, then the thing goes up and I can't check it later. XRP Flea was the first one. Gordon Logan, by Jave. Jesse Martinez, Brian Edwards, and another Brian. Actually, yeah, those were the first 5. We got a brand new entry level N3S. Matt XRP, member for 27 months at the 2024 crypto explosion level. 27 months as a member. Wow, I listen to you more than my missus. Uh-oh. Caleb Kaufman says, but Crypto Hulk, I'm not rich yet. How is this possible? I hate when people say that shit. Eric Grasso, thank you very much for the tax-free donation. That's what's up. Be excellent. Party on, dudes. Zoltar, give us the daily. Everybody, I contacted the Las Vegas store that sells Zoltar, the little doll, and I returned it today. I know. There was a malfunction with Zoltar, not with his fortune telling, but the little tickets weren't coming out. So I called them up, did a back and forth with an email, and had to take a video. What's wrong? Hopefully they'll send me another one. I asked for a replacement that works. I told them I have a social media channel, but I didn't tell them that Zoltar picks the fortunes and the cryptos for you all to invest in. They would think that I'm nuts. Little do they know. Yes, I'm going to have a Ricola cough drop. Then I'm going to start this show. And then I'm going to show you how these banks are getting all kinds of ready to sell all kinds of crypto. They don't want to talk about it. No, but I'm going to show you. You're going to know which ones they're using. You're going to see what they're doing. I've got connections on how the world, well, we'll get into that a little bit later. I don't want to. I got some stuff that the little videos that I make don't show you. I've got a conspiracy. It's kind of scary. I might be like, fuck it. Let's just go there right now, huh? Okay. We're going to go to the conspiracy right away. I'm just looking through the chat box real quick. The conspiracy. Now, I'm going to be careful with this one because we're going to talk about, or I'll mention a one, and I won't say world, and I won't say order. Oh, it's going there. Woo! I love story time, says Chris Sharp. Okay. Now, you know how we talked about Italy this morning, right? And Italy is all kind of mixed up with R3 Corda. Let me show you this real quick. Somebody sent me this link. It's from 2021. It was on my Twitter. It was on my X. See if I can find it. Yes. Okay. I hope he doesn't mind giving out his name. Well, fuck it. shouldn't use your real name then. Caleb Gilmore, Kaleb, and then Gilmore, Gilmour, from X platform, sent me this Spunta Banca DLT project. Like I said, the shit's 4 years old. Not that it's bad information. It's not breaking news, but I want to show people that are brand new that don't know the connection with Italy. Right here, I just want to make sure it's clear. In this webinar, the Italian, this is very important here, the Italian Spunta Banca Distributed Ledger Technology Project will be presented and discussed with speakers from the Swiss perspective. Now, we all know that in Switzerland, there's what's called the SIX Digital Exchange. It's the world's first stock exchange running on blockchain. Not a big deal, right? That shit started about 2021, somewhere in there, okay? Now, they're using R3 Corda. We know this because we go to the third paragraph. They start talking about NTT data and R3, okay? What we have here is the world stock trading and Italy all involved in this. Now, what's important, so I'm clicking out of that. What we're going to look at is, let me look for it here. We're going to get into this article right here. Let me send it. I'm supposed to suck on the cough drop, not chew it. But man, that shit's good. Now, Italy, France, Germany, Switzerland, in my opinion, those are some of the top 5 families that are running the world. I've already told you, and we're going to go over again on Germany, France, Italy. I just showed you there is all hooked up with this Project Spunta and R3 Corda, which is the XDC crypto. We're going to get into that. I'm going to show you it right now. Right meow. So that's the crypto you need to get from Caleb and Brown, XDC. 1970 legend is in the house, I think. Somebody at least wrote his name in there. Maybe because he likes XDC. I saw him in Las Vegas. We had dinner with Stu Lavelle and everybody's wives and female companions. XDC crypto, they got on Caleb Brown. I think it's like 6 cents. Okay, that shit is the biggest fucking secret out of all these cryptos. It's never in the news at all. It's quiet as hell. Okay. Yep, there he is right there. I had a great time. I decided not to go into XRP Las Vegas. The hotel, what's that, MGM? That shit was fucking ghetto as fuck. And everybody in there looked like they were either, like I said, getting out of jail or going into jail soon. I said, fuck it. I at least got to meet 2 Crypto Hulk fans. And I happened to see Zach Rector there. That dude's tall. People don't look that tall on the internet, but man, I'm 6'1". He's got to be like 6'4" or something. It's kind of like you're looking up. Mel Carmine was there. He was the only guy I did a show with another person. He was like, we were doing the same kind of show. I'm just, not that I'm against him or anything personally. It's just, I don't do shows with anybody. He's the only person I did a show with. But I just don't like doing that. And I'd wanted to help him promote his channel and some crypto ideas and stuff to his fans. But I don't like working with anybody, actually. but he's the one who slipped one in and got me to do an interview, and it was fun. We had a great time. I loved it, but I just don't like working with people, man. I don't know. It's just how I am, man. Now here's the thing. We're gonna get into this article. Here's where the conspiracy comes in. Italy, I want you to think now. Italy. There is one kingdom that never ended. The Roman Empire never ended. Who knows where I'm going with this? The Roman Empire never ended. Somebody tell me I'm correct, or somebody tell me I'm incorrect. Someone said the V word. I won't say the V word, but someone said it. Oh, some people know where this is going. Hoo-wee. You're not incorrect. Mess Jiz or Liz says, I know where you're going. Now, I won't mention names because I know the AI is recording everything here. The reason Italy, what the fuck does Italy know about crypto? All they know is about Ferrari, Lamborghini, Alfa Romeo, and they know about pizza and calzones, right? Ducati, my motorcycle, Ducati. Fucking badass. France, we're going to talk about here in a minute with the article. Germany. Okay. These are coming in. These countries that have nothing to do with the invention of crypto and this and that, as far as I know of, I think what they did is these are the power brokers, everybody. We're getting close to the end. We're getting close to the end. The people in power that are controlling shit had America, where all the tech and all the industry and shit comes from, be the slave labor to put together all this crypto and the crypto system, get it all running, and then send it back over to Germany. They sent us a work order. Hey, create, you know how the standard drawing rights, the United Nations dollar thing, right? They didn't have the technology to have the SDR, the standard drawing. They didn't have the technology in 1948 when they created that Bretton Woods, whatever the fuck it is. They wanted to have a one world currency. That's why with the internet in 1996 or 7, they had HTTP 402. It was a place where they were hoping that we were going to get close to having a one world payment system. Oh, this is starting to get really fucking good, Crypto Hulk. It's very interesting. I don't care if it's fact-based or not. This shit sounds fucking brilliant. So they didn't have the technology in 1948 with the standard drawing rights money. It didn't work or whatever. 48, so 58, 68, 78, 88, 98, almost 50 years later, the internet comes out and they still didn't have a one world payment system because you got SEPA and chips and dips and all kinds of flips and blobs and gobs. But now Coinbase comes out with the X402. Oh, shit. But what happened, I already showed you in 1915. So Italy, Germany, France, Switzerland, there's some others in there. The 5 families are now bringing the technology back and the control back to Europe. Okay, this is what's happening. Now, why is Italy? How does Italy fit into all this? Here's where the whopper. This is a humdinger, okay? The Roman Empire eventually had to control the whole world, so they broke up into different kingdoms. I think around 11, or I could be wrong. I don't know. I forgot. I love history, and I love a good story, and a good horror story is even better. 11. Okay, and it kind of goes to the monster and the 11 heads, and we're going to So, monsters? No, I don't want to hear about monsters. I don't want to be afraid, Crypto Hulk. I won't talk about the monsters then. But Europe, Rome was broken up into different kingdoms, okay? And the different kings in these areas had to report to the Caesar or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I'm not a history buff. Okay. And over time, the Roman Empire fell apart, except for one kingdom. And that kingdom survived and is still alive today. And some people call it the and then can. And there's old school prophecy on what the F happens later. In my opinion, there's a person. See, the old Roman Empire is going to come back. That's why they were saved. That little and can, because that prophecy still hasn't, from the old school days, you can trace that little town in Italy all the way back to the Roman Empire. That kingdom continued to live in that little city, that little protected area all these years. Yeah, man. Now, I want you to notice, I don't know where that one world, and I can't say ruler, is going to come out of. I think it's Italy and possibly the City of Seven Hills. Oh, Crypto Hulk, you're saying it. You're saying it. Don't say it, Crypto Hulk. Now, this person, in my opinion, is going to come out of Europe. I say Italy, and I say very possibly out of the can. Uh-oh. That person will eventually create a fake world peace, and that person will have control. How do they get control? Because we're going to come to blows. Some of these countries are ready to go boom, boom, pow. You know what I mean? This person's going to create a false peace. That's the one that's going to control all the food prices, the crypto, everything. That's where all this is going. Let's start the article, and all this shit's going to make sense with Crypto Hulk and story time, because I want you to see the shift of power that's occurring. All this crypto, the control of it now is moving to Europe to have a command center. All the countries now in the world are hooking up with crypto. No more paper money. All of it's going to be a ledger. So the bad man that comes out to control everything, you could literally have one person supervising the whole entire world. It is not going to be good. Now let's start and see the beginning of the end of humanity as we know it. Let me give you this link again where we can start our scary story. Crypto Hulk scary story time, kids. Make sure you got a fresh pair of diapers next to you. And here's the article. Let us begin. Amazon Web Service. Oh, by the way, that's a Ripple partner. See where all this is going? I told you already, this XRP shit and Ripple and all that, it's the government, and it comes from the 5 families, and they're here to control you. I've been telling you this for 5 fucking years. I can't go to any kind of Ripple functions. They're the fucking government. They're the ones that are going to enslave everybody. Why the fuck do I want to go there and be like, go Ripple? You're all going to be enslaved. Just letting you know. At least we'll have some good times at first. But trust and believe, everybody's a fucking slave when this sick fucking shit goes down. I'm just letting you know. Amazon Web Service forms a what? An EU-based cloud unit as customers fret about Trump 2.0. This is a brilliant excuse. Let's take control of the whole world's internet, put it in Europe because Trump is bad. See what they do? They're distracting everybody. Oh, Trump's doing this. He's doing that. Oh, shit. Let's go to Europe where we have to give up our rights and be a fucking slave. You know what Europe wants? Total CBDCs where the government runs it. None of this private stuff. Europe wants all this government CBD stuff, and we're seeing it right here rolling out. Oh, we've got to keep everybody safe. Let's trust the government to make crypto. See where all this is going? This is all this Democrat scary shit. All right? In a nod to European customers' growing mistrust of America, Amazon Web says it is establishing a new organization in the region backed by strong technical controls, sovereign assurances, and legal protections. Now, they never say anything bad about Biden. I haven't heard one bad thing in the news about Biden at all. But all of a sudden now, ever since the Trump 2.0 administration assumed office and implemented an erratic and unprecedented foreign policy stance, I won't get into how many hundreds of thousands or millions Obama kicked out. We won't talk about that. Trump's barely kicked out anybody, but let's go ahead with this thing. Including aggressive tariffs. We can already see this. All these countries in the world tax the fuck out of us. So when America decides to stand up and stop it, now, see, everything Trump will do is bad. I want you to see this. That's why they're taking control of the internet to Europe, so it's more free, right? This is what we got going on, everybody. They start talking about Greenland and Canada. Customers in Europe have voiced unease about placing their data in the hands of big U.S. tech companies. Scroll down. Google Cloud followed suit last month, updating its sovereign cloud services by adding an air-gap solution. Not to be outdone, Amazon Web Service. So here's the next paragraph. Not to be outdone, Amazon Web Service is forming a new European organization. Here we go. With a locally controlled parent company and 3 subsidiaries incorporated in Germany. Ripple's first, okay. Who invented the Codius of Ripple? You got a couple guys with some German names. Evan Schwartz, Stefan Thomas. Stefan Thomas is definitely German. Then you got Evan Schwartz. But then also you have David Schwartz, who worked there, and their sister Rebecca Schwartz. And that's how Ripple started, with all these Germans. Interesting, Hulk. Tell us more. So Amazon is going to go and have these 3 companies in Germany set up. Amazon's going to go outside the United States because they're going to help form the new world, and I can't say order. So they're going to go into Europe and set up like a hub of control. That'll make it easier for who's ever going to be the one world, and I can't say leader. It'll be easier for them to take over because the shit's already in Europe. America's not dealing with no dumb shit, communist kind of one world kind of ruler thing, all right? So it has to go to Europe because the Europeans just love doing that socialist German communist shit. So talked about, it's in Munich, AWS. Oh, there's going to be leaders there, a government security official and a privacy official. Now, this is interesting. Let me show you the connection right now. Here's the Amazon Ripple connection. I want you to see this right here. This is like a deep dive. Amazon Web Service page, aws.amazon.com/partners/. /success/Ripple/. There you go. So now we know Ripple's all up in Amazon's ass. Now let's look on a Ripple page right here. Ripple, when they first started, everybody, remember, Amazon started this, so they're going to Germany to set up control of, you're going to see, all the world's crypto. That's what's going to happen. That's the end game. Here's a Ripple page I just sent you, 2014. Ripple Labs announces its first bank. Ripple Labs' first bank partner in the world is in Germany. It's called Fedor Bank. Very, very interesting. Next, you know how Amazon, like I just said, they're going to have a government official there, right? So Amazon's already working with other governments. It says that include a government security official, right? What did I just send you here? Besides Ripple in 2014, starting with a German bank, their first one, Ripple hired a German Minister of Defense person. Isn't that interesting? So it's kind of like Amazon goes to Europe, goes to Germany, and they have a government security official working with Amazon. And if we take it back 11 years ago, so did Ripple. Ripple did the same fucking thing. Ripple hires a German Minister of Defense, and here Amazon hires a, quote, government security official. Now, how about that comparison? And to make the comparison even scarier, is Ripple's an Amazon partner. Oh, shit, Crypto Hulk. No. Now, whatever happened to Fedor Bank, Crypto Hulk? Well, let me show you here, kids. Fedor Bank left the country of Germany because France took over that. So all that technology from Ripple went to Germany, but then after Germany, it's like a road show. It starts off in Germany. It goes to France. Here's your Wikipedia page showing you. In 2016, Fedor Bank was acquired by France's group BPCE. Now, I thought that was rather interesting, why that shit would happen, but it wasn't up until about last year. Look what we got right here. Control of the XRP ledger is now in France. What the fuck? Look at the second paragraph down here. Maybe it's the third or fourth paragraph. The XRP ledger foundation will operate under French law with the Paris Court of Appeals. Now, I'm telling you what, something don't smell right here. And wait, no, I didn't just fart. Something doesn't smell right here. You're seeing how Amazon goes to Europe. They're going to bypass the United States, set up a hub of internet control in Germany, where Ripple's first partner was, and Ripple hired a defense minister, just like Amazon hired a government security official. I wonder if it's the same fucking guy. The Fedor Bank that Ripple started in Germany left Germany to France. Now the XRP ledger is in control of France. Do you see something that's looking kind of like a bad fucking storm starting to develop? I sure hope you see all this. We definitely know crypto is one currency you want to get. Buy it from my Caleb Brown sponsor. I greatly appreciate that. You can transfer your crypto if you have it on a wallet or exchange. You can transfer it into Caleb Brown, no charge. And if you hate their guts, you can transfer it right back out, no charge. Got it? Okay. Same thing, like if you wanted to buy XRP from your Caleb Brown, then you can send it out on a hardware wallet, no charge. So you're only going to get charged if, like, you want to convert it into cash or some shit like that. All right. So I thought all this was pretty scary. Let me look at this article again. The cloud giant stated Amazon Web Service will establish an independent advisory board for the Amazon Web Service European Sovereignty Cloud, legally obligated to act in the best interest of Amazon Web Service European Sovereign Cloud. The advisory board. So they're going to have a board of people. Thank you, Amazon, for, see what Amazon's doing is it's getting Europe independent. I say this, what Amazon is doing is getting all this set up for somebody down the road. I'm not going to read this whole article, but they're getting this all set up for somebody down the road to take over. And I think we all kind of know, if you believe in some conspiracy stuff, they're going to control the whole world with this shit. I think you're going to have two fighting areas. In the end, you're going to have a European communist kind of thing going on, and then the United States will have theirs, and there's going to be a battle. And I think we all know WW3 is coming. Like that old song, it's the end of the world, and we know it, like that. Like the Terminator movie, Skynet. In that Terminator movie, Skynet takes over. Oh, it's the end of the world as we know it. Yeah. Is where it's all going. I don't know when, 20 years from now, maybe 10, something like that. We got to get rid of a lot of people like me, because these younger people, they don't know a fucking thing. They're so fucking stupid. So I'd say another 20 years. Most guys my age would be 75. Maybe 30 years from now. They're already raising these kids in school to be so fucking stupid they can't even do anything. They have the attention span of a housefly. Zoltar. So that's your story time, children. Let's look. Okay, let's go with this dumb shit. There's this guy who won a Nobel Prize for economics. He is so fucking stupid. Let's read this article. Okay, here we go. Nobel Prize winning economist says stable coins. Listen to how fucking stupid. We're giving Nobel Prizes to people that are so fucking stupid. Listen to this. I don't see how this motherfucker gets a Nobel Prize. Nobel Prize winning economist says stable coins don't serve any clearly useful function. I'm like, what? What the fuck? Are you serious? You got to be high. His name is Paul Krugman, Krugman. He believes that the only economic reason to use stablecoins is that they facilitate criminal activity. Oh, this is so sad. He won the prize in 2008. I think the guy's already senile, like mentally fucking, like a 90-year-old mentally or something. American economist Paul Krugman, who won the Nobel Prize in 2008, believes that stablecoins do not have any practical utility. This is amazing. In a May 30th blog post, he wrote, titled, Digital Corruption Takes Over. Oh, he's a Democrat. I see where this is going right away. Okay. He's talking about how, yeah, he's definitely a Democrat. He says stable coins cannot be used to make ordinary purchases. What? Yes, they can. People do it all the time. This guy's so fucking high. Wow. He's higher than I am. Oh, wait, my name's Crypto Hulk. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a crypto advisor. I don't know anything about finances. I'm so fucked up right now. Before the show, I snorted 15 lines of cocaine, injected 3 pounds of heroin, snorted methamphetamines, then injected it, and then ate some. And then I had to come down off that. So I smoked about 1/4 ounce of marijuana. Then I took about 300 marijuana pills. I do this before every single show. So anything you think might be financial advice, you're so fucked up, you shouldn't even be investing in the first place. Here's what this dumb shit says. This is funny. Stable coins cannot be used to make ordinary purchases. What? And there's nothing you can do with them that can't be done more cheaply and more easily with credit cards, Venmo, Zelle, wire transfers, etc. Oh my gosh, this guy is so fucking clueless. This person is like clueless like my mother. She's like, I think pushing 80 years old, and she don't know shit about nothing. Okay? Like tech-wise, she don't know. She still writes checks. I can't even send her a Zelle. She doesn't even know what she's afraid. She absolutely is terrified to try to use Zelle or learn what it is. Terrified. Just like this guy. He's so fucking stupid. Therefore, Krugman questioned why anyone would not just use US dollars instead of using tokens that are supposedly backed by dollars. They are. What's wrong with this guy? God, how do you win a Nobel and be this fucking stupid? Oh my God. According to Krugman, I should call his name Dumb Shit. According to Dumb Shit, stablecoins offer one feature that traditional modes of payment do not: anonymity. I thought he was going to say something like lightning fast or something. No, he says the only thing stablecoins have that's good is anonymity, like being anonymous. What? There's a ledger, you fucking cocksucker. Oh my God. Cash is anonymous. I can go to your house and go buy an 8-ball, right? All right. And I can go smoke some coke or whatever, smoke some opium at your house, and I can pay you in cash. No one's going to know. If we use crypto, it's going to go on a ledger, and then people can figure it out who's doing what with the money. With the money. I mean, wow, this person is so fucking stupid. This is amazing. The anonymity associated with stablecoins deposits is a valuable feature for miscreants, like whoever calls a thug or a criminal a miscreant. I have an English degree. I don't even know if I remember that word. But let me go on. Stablecoins are for miscreants looking to commit crimes, from money laundering and extortion. Really? Money laundering, extortion, to the purchase of illegal drugs. Are you serious? I'm going to use drugs to buy crypto? That's the fucking dumbest shit. Now, I know some criminals did that, and that's dumb as shit. I got to read some comments here. Hoo-wee. I need to take a break because this guy's so fucking stupid. He meant to say gummies. Banks and credit cards make a lot off the fees. Exactly. Oh my, man, this is something else. People are talking about Zoltar. I packed up Zoltar and put his ass in a box, and it's in the back of my car. Later, I'm probably going to go to the UPS store and ship his ass back to the factory. And I want a Zoltar that's going to give us the fortunes out of the front so I can hold the machine up, tear off the token, and read off what it says about which crypto you need to buy, okay? All right. He's gonna then, Mr. Dumbshit is gonna give us a history lesson from 1861, how the U.S. government printed paper currency for the first time to fund the Civil War. Prior to that, gold and silver were the only official forms of money. Wow, I'm not gonna read anymore. This guy is so fucking stupid. He's talking about the 2008 financial crisis. Wow. Doesn't dumb shit know? Look, the problem, wow, this guy has no idea about economics, and yet he gets a Nobel. The biggest fucking problem with money in the United States, and I'll say the whole entire world, Mr. Dumbshit, if you're listening, Paul Krugman, is that Freddy Krueger, Freddy Krueger's brother or son? What's his fucking name again? Krugman. Paul, I don't even know if it's Paul. Paul Krugman. Okay. Stephen Morris, thank you very much for the tax-free donation. In the meantime, you can buy a magic 8-ball, Hulk. Oh my God. Mr. Krugman has no idea the biggest fucking problem is when the government prints more and more and more and more money. That's how you have financial crises. When you keep printing and printing and spending, and you circulate the government and all the world with too many paper dollars, and then you stop backing those dollars with gold, that's the fucking problem. And we're back here. Crypto Hulk just got cut off by YT. Yeah, somebody said Elizabeth Warren is paying him to say all this. Watch the video again with Krugman, and you will see that he was intoxicated. Oh, that makes sense. I can't imagine a guy saying some dumb shit like this. Okay, let's say this. I mean, I'm not going to give all these examples. It's ridiculous. But let's say I'm in New York, and I want to give somebody money, and they live in China. The fastest way would be to hop on a jet and fly the money in a suitcase all the way to China, okay? Like, that's the way. I don't want to join anybody else's bank. I want you to just give me the money, and I can go about my merry way. Well, you could send somebody Stellar, Ripple Labs. You could send them Circle. Let's say you want to send them 6 million circles, or you could send Ripple Labs stablecoin, 6 million of those right now because they're backed by dollars. And that other person, no matter what fucking bank they deal with, maybe they don't even have a bank. Maybe you send somebody $6 million and it goes to their fucking Coinbase account. Maybe it goes to their phone. That person can then use that money and send it to somebody. That's the fastest way to send money. What's this guy talking about? And it's like free. You could send somebody 6 million XRPs, and I don't know what the cost would be, but it would be like almost free. Listening to this fucking retard, it would take probably a 14-hour plane flight to get that money. I could send it in 2 to 5 seconds. And the other person can put it right in their bank. Isn't that something? How is somebody who wins a Nobel Prize this fucking stupid? I don't know, everybody. That shows me I have no confidence in Nobel. So whoever wins that shit, if they allow some fucking retard like that to get a Nobel economic prize, that just showed me they'll let the dumbest motherfucker get it. So there you have it. I'm done with that article. Let's go with Revolut. Okay. I want to show you right here. Let me do a copy and a paste. I want you to see right now what is happening with the biggest banks in the world. Now, Revolut started off as a payments company and all these things. And I say it'll turn into eventually some kind of a bank, full-fledged bank, and they'll have licenses for trading. Revolut, look, they're all going to start joining up together. Payment companies get into crypto, and that's all good, but then they got to become a bank, and then they got to have a license to trade, and then all these things. This is what we're seeing, everybody. Crypto-friendly bank. So it's now a bank. It's called Revolut. I think Revolut started off as like a money service business, an MSB, and then they turned into a bank. Then they wanted to start having crypto and all kinds of shit. Let's watch how this goes. Now they're into derivatives, and this gets so fucking huge. We're talking like $4 quadrillion a year flow through the derivatives market. And a lot of these cryptos are going to back. You're going to take 4 quadrillion. Here's why this article is very big. Okay. Right now, you have a bank that's already been fucking with crypto. Okay. Now they want to get into the real money, derivatives, $4 quadrillion. Just to give you an example right now, the crypto market is what, $3 trillion or something like that, 3.5 trillion. 4 quadrillion is so it's like having what, 1 million trillions or so. I don't know numbers, but 4 quadrillion is like 4 million times the market we got. Do you understand this? Like, somebody who's good at math. 4 quadrillion is how much bigger than 3 trillion? Can somebody do that math? Like, how many more times big is 4 quadrillion from 3 trillion? How is like 100 million times bigger, or 4 million times bigger? I don't know. I'm not good. What? 996 trillion. Son of a bitch. 4 quadrillion is about 1,000 times bigger than 3 trillion. Okay. Thank you very much. That makes more sense. So 4 quadrillion is about 1,000 times bigger than 3 trillion. So let's look at this now. We have a $3 trillion crypto market. And when this thing takes off, I'm telling you what, it's going to go at least, I'm not including everything in the world. I'm just talking about derivatives only. Right now, crypto is at $3 trillion. It's going to go 1,300 times that. Somebody do the math. 1,333 times. That's going to be $4 quadrillion. That is so fucking massive. Okay, so right now the crypto market's 3 trillion. It's going to go to 4 quadrillion at least, maybe 5, 6. Okay, that I can't even do the numbers. That's going to be like 2,000 to 3,000 times as big right now. So if our market cap is 3 trillion right now, it's going to be $4 quadrillion. Do you know how much these cryptos are going to be worth? A fuck ton. This is what's going on. 4,000 trillion is equal for, that's so fucking big, my brain can't handle that. 4,000 trillion. Fuck, that's big. Don't even tell me that shit. I'm gonna start. You're shutting down. You're short circuiting Crypto Hulk. I'm short circuiting Crypto Hulk. Crypto friendly bank Revolut eyes expansion into derivatives, the $4 quadrillion market. Revolut is recruiting a general manager of crypto derivatives who will be tasked with taking a new related offering from zero to scale. Revolut could be planning to expand the scope of its cryptocurrency exchange business with what? Derivatives. Offering, listen to this, a new job posting on its website. It debuted a crypto exchange for professional traders, rolling out across the European Union 6 months later. This was back in May 2024. This article I'm reading you now is from June 3rd, 2025. But back in 2024, about a year ago, they rolled out their crypto exchange. Very interesting. Digital bank Revolut could be planning to expand the scope of its cryptocurrency exchange with a derivatives offering. A new job posting on its website suggests. Okay. Now, from what we're seeing here, it took about a year. So from the time Revolut, they debuted a crypto exchange for professional traders in May, and then 6 months later, rolled it out across. I'm telling you what, I think they might be able to do this in 6 months. They might have crypto derivatives in 6 months. That would put us up right around November, Christmas time, December. Maybe they'd roll it out January 1st, 2026. That's probably what they're going to do. You know what that could do to crypto prices? This is what we're talking about. Global crypto regulations and then global tokenization. Those are things we have to have. What we're seeing here, what did we just look at? I did the Amazon web service, right? We read about Amazon moving shit over to Europe. They're getting ready. You can kind of see all this coming together, right? Now, next article, Ripple is involved in this. I had a tough time finding anything Revolut and R3. I couldn't find anything at all. I do find, though, Ripple and Revolut connections, kind of new to crypto. Thank you very much for the tax-free donation, tipping 0.000002 of 1 million. I don't even know those numbers. Look at this right here. Revolut and Zero Hash supports Ripple's stablecoin launch. So now Revolut, this happened in February. Revolut is working with a company called Zero Hash because Revolut's trying to get that Ripple Labs stablecoin. Okay, so it shows they kind of, I don't know how deep of a partnership Revolut has with Ripple, but they're showing a relationship right here. Next, Ripple has a partner called SoftBank, and that SoftBank spent $800 million. That's a lot of fucking money. Ripple partner SoftBank spends about $1 billion on Ripple technology to set up XRP-friendly Revolut digital bank. So SoftBank raises $800 million to get Revolut hooked up with crypto. Very interesting right there. This happened in 2021, everybody. They've been working on this shit for 4 fucking years, all right? Now, I want you to see where Fireblocks and Caleb and Brown come into this. I'm just showing you right here. Looky right here. For those of you who have not joined Caleb and Brown, I'm telling you. Here's the article. Digital bank Revolut taps Fireblocks to support new crypto services. If we look right here, we got September 2021. This is 4 years ago. Revolut has been working with Fireblocks for 4 years. Let me do a copy and a paste. And if you look right here at this article right here, this is a Caleb and Brown page. Caleb and Brown secured by Fireblocks. There you go. Let's click out of that page. Now let's get into the DTCC. I'm trying to show you how big this thing gets. Fucking huge. I mean, first it was about a little company called Revolut, and then it turns into a bank, and then they start selling cryptos, and then they got fucking 800 million here and Fireblocks over there and shit. Now we've got DTCC. Who's a DTCC? This gets to the top of the food chain. This is about as big as it gets, okay? This is where R3 Corda and the XDC crypto come in, finally. The title of this is DTCC's Project Ion. And if you look about 3 inches below that, it says DTCC has selected R3 Corda as the underlying technology. What that means is this. If you got XDC crypto, that R3 Corda platform utilizes different cryptos. Just like went over Cordite Society and all that, they're using different cryptos. One of the cryptos that's going to run on the Corda platform is going to be XDC. The DTCC, they clear, okay, for instance, 150 stock markets all around the world all report to the DTCC. That means they've got to have the liquidity and stuff to move all the money and value and shit, right? They're doing that already with R3 Corda's platform. The crypto is XDC. It is 6 cents. Now, I don't know how much of the crypto and all this trading is going on. There's 160,000 transactions per day on peak days. It says there in the first paragraph, 160,000 transactions a day. These banks in the second paragraph, these are all Ripple partners and R3 partners. They have been tokenizing for approximately 10 years. The DTCC has been tokenizing for 10 years, just to let you know. I don't know how far they are before they can get a green light and just say, boom, all of it goes. But look now, the banks, I want you to see all this. Here is you can do a Google search. Let me show you, copy, paste. I did a Google AI search and I typed in the question. The DTCC handles how much derivatives trading value each year? The answer comes up with $3.7 quadrillion. Now, this was in 2024. It's probably about 4.5 to 5 quadrillion now. Why do I say that? Because in 2023, it was 3 quadrillion. In 2024, it was 3.7 quadrillion. So in 2025, they're probably going to move close to $5 quadrillion a year. Hoo-wee. Do you know how much that fucking XDC is going to be worth? More money. If you don't have XDC, you seriously need... I got more XDC than XRP, just to let you know. I'm not telling you to do shit. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. There's your article right there showing you that R3 Corda is going to use XDC. Fact-based program. Now, other cryptos will run on R3 Corda, the platform with the Cordite Society and all that, okay? R3, and then you got Cordite Society. They're not just using one crypto. We already showed you. R3 Corda, the Cordite Society had some other crypto. They told us they have other ones than just that. So even if I'm 99% wrong about XDC hit, because some people are doing this. Oh, Crypto Hulk, you're so full of shit. You said XDC is going to be like $50, $60, $70,000. Well, if I'm 99% wrong, then it's $1,000 and it still makes me fucking rich. So it's okay if I'm 99% wrong. Crypto Hulk, it wasn't 70,000. It was only 1,000. Well, why the fuck do you only buy 10, you dumbass? There's 6 cents a piece, dumb shit. You should drop at least 2,000, 3,000 minimum into XDC. All right, everybody, that'll be it. That is 1 hour and 1 minute. I'll take any kind of questions near the end. Anybody have it? I don't know the answers to everything, so, but if I can answer it, I'll answer it. Yeah, R3 entered into a partnership with Solana, bridging R3's Corda platform with Solana's public. Look, everybody's going to use Ripple. Everybody's going to use R3 Corda. And everybody's going to use Stellar. And there's probably the ISO 20022s. Everybody's going to use them. Let me tell you something. Some of those on the ISO might not be on there. And then they might put, they will put new cryptos on the ISO, just to let you know. I don't have any XD or XLM. Do I like XDC more than HBAR? Here's the problem. I got to get a cold plunge so I can start talking about this kind of shit in a cold plunge. HBAR is transparent. I can see news articles on it rather than XDC and, R3 and shit. There's a different use case. You got HBAR hooking up with Seals Q and Ripple. And see, XDC is kind of like a ghost. And the origins of the XDC network and all that shit come out of China. I'll show you that again sometime. I showed you the XDC video. It's straight out of China, like when they made it and stuff. So, okay, which do I feel more comfortable buying? HBAR. Because of all the, I could see everything. This whole R3 Corda, XDC crypto, it's all like mystery kind of shit, right? It's all Chinese based. And I don't like that. But I got more XDC. Like, let's say if I had 10 cryptos, I'd have like 7 XRP and, I'm sorry, I'd have 7 out of 10. I'd have 7 XDC and maybe like 5 XRP. So those are kind of like my numbers. So Digibyte. That's going to be in tomorrow morning's show. We're going over Digibyte and shit. I did a deep dive, but I need to give it this deep dive 10 to 15 minutes because it took me a lot of time to do this Digibyte shit. And I want to show you that there's something fucking mysterious going on in the Saudi Arabia and all that shit. There's so much fucking secrets with crypto. And we'll get into some of that. Any secret caller updates? No, I haven't. I don't want to I can't really discuss that. The person has great information, but I don't want to discuss some things. Digibyte's a sleeper. Yeah, XEC is mysterious like Bitcoin. Yeah, there's something. I feel very comfortable with HBAR. It's real. It's got Hedera. The Hedera Foundation is like globally, like everybody knows. There's no secrets when you're dealing with R3, the Cordite Society, Corda, or if you're dealing with XDC. There's all these little mysteries and secrets and dark rooms and shit. Like I just don't like that. So. Green Touch Enterprise, thank you very much for that donation. Great insight on tonight's show. Thanks for your hard work. It's a lot of fucking work, man. Like, I'm tired. But okay. Great show, and that's faux show. All right. I'm gonna go. I'll see you if I can get a news if I can find enough news, I'll make a show tomorrow at 7 a.m. Pacific time, my normal time. So brand new people, whether you see any of my advertisements or not, it's 7 a.m. Pacific time, 5 or 5:30 p.m. Pacific as well. So I try to make 2 shows a day if I got news. So right now it's 6 o'clock ish p.m. Pacific. Give me until around 9 o'clock p.m. That's 3 hours. Give me like 3 hours. If you don't see a show up by then, I probably am not going to have one. Usually the latest I'll post shows is 9 o'clock or 9:30. So that's p.m. So if you don't see anything by then, I couldn't find news. All right, that'll be it. And I'll see y'all in the next one.